And fourth line, neljäs kenttä, defender, puolustaja 21-21, Christian Bull. And forwards, hyökkääjät 16, Magnus Brecke, 19, Erik Salsten, 23, Martin Rönnild, and 96, Tobias Fladeby. Head coach, päävalmentaja Petter Thuresen, coaches Päre.
Ai ja näin siinä käydään tilanne.
Šeši, do toho! Ale! Zdraví! Czechia! Vad får en gång liksom?
Každý volá. Ja, pojď.
Please welcome Team Norway. Tervetuloa Norjan joukkue. Please welcome Team Czechia. Tervetuloa Tsekin joukkue. The game officials for this game have been licensed and assigned by the International Ice Hockey Federation. Tämän ottelun tuomarit on nimennyt kansainvälinen jääkiekkoliitto. The referees, päätuomarit Mats Frantzen, Sean McFarlane.
Triple header Saturday comes to an end. There is David Pastrnak, who made an immediate impact to the Czechia lineup. They will add another player to the lineup. That'll be David Kampf. There's the officiating crew for this game tonight between Norway and Czechia. Czechia sitting with 7 points, 2 wins, and then an extra time loss. That was in a shootout. And as far as Norway is concerned, 5 points. So far in this championship, there is Petter Thorensen. They're coming off a couple of days off. And this is his final World Championship event, 60 years of age. And on the other bench is Kari Jalonen, no relation to Jukka Jalonen, twice Liga Coach of the Year, 4 Finnish championships, and the first non-Czech to coach Czechia at this World Championship.
Well, some lineup maneuvers for Czechia. The young David Juracek, the defenseman, draft eligible, not dressed in this game. And you mentioned the newbie in camp, who's going to be a solid two-way presence. And for Norway, as we see Pastrnak getting himself ready to roll, you have to think that Norway's going to have to make sure they don't take any penalties early and allow that Czech power play to get feeling the puck and moving it around. And so there's Cervenka, who's had a really nice tournament so far, and feels like he's only getting started now that Pastrnak has been parachuted in.
Jonas Arntzen will get the start for Norway, 3rd World Championship for him, but only his 2nd World Championship start. He plays in the SHL. And Karel Vejmelka, after a bit of a shaky start, last 2 games, he has stopped 34 of 36 for a .944 save percentage.
Okay, guys.
Got into 52 games with the Arizona Coyotes
today, right?
this past season.
Czechia first, Norway second. Czechia, Norway.
And this one gets going. Hronek sends it back into his own end. Kempny comes on for David Krejci. Krejci will drop it back. Kempny sends it down for Pastrnak. As the top line for Czechia gets the start. Pastrnak trying to send it down low, redirected. Arntzen will turn that aside. Ken-Andre Olem trying to get a stick on it, could not. Hronek is in from the line. Hronek plays it back. Cervenka will send it deep. Pastrnak waits for it. Pastrnak getting into a battle there with Johannesson. Comes back at the line for Michael Kempny. Tried to drive that shot through, could not. And it's all the way back into the Czechia zone. Krejci will leave it. Kondratic. So yes, Juracek is David Juracek not in the lineup. They do have 7 dressed. And across for Heinik Zohorna. Zohorna will drop this back. Tomas Hertl trying to pick it up cleanly, could not. So when Blumel came down to this line, that seemed to get Tomas Hertl going. Dave Reed talked about this. You wonder now with David Kampf in on the Jakub Vrana line, can that maybe get Jakub Vrana going, who is still looking for his first point?
And he's usually always around the net, has very good speed, and maybe just getting a centerman that's going to feed him the puck closer to the net's going to help.
9 shots on goal in the tournament for Jakub Vrana. Schmeichel will send this out at center and back to the Norway line. Cleared up the middle on that lead pass from Daniel Roxeth. That got turned over and right back in. There's David Kampf, number 64. from the Toronto Maple Leafs, giving chase. Taken and flipped up the center ice and in by Matthias Trepnis. And Šimik is back for Czechia. On for Schmeichel, through for David Kampf, on for Vrana. Vrana coming to the front of the net, trying to find Schmeichel. Wraparound try by David Kampf. Vrana's on it. Sends it back at the line, and a wrister through some traffic, and that went wide off the stick of Jan Skotka. Skotka back into his own zone, takes a bump there from Ronald. Cernak starts back out there with Stransky. Long pass up the middle. Cernak takes the pass from Jakob Fleck. Fleck trying to track it down, does, and then lost control of it. Eric Solston will get it out to center ice no further, and this gets snapped right back in by Michael Kempny. Kenon Raiola in against Hronek. Hronek will take it away, reverses against the traffic for Cernak. Cernak will jam it back to Hronek, pressure coming, so Hronek will just lift this out at center. Lilleberg is there to put it right back in. Pastrnak finds some room. Pastrnak puts on the brakes. Try to slip that to the back door, looking for Cervenka. Cervenka back for Pastrnak. Knocked off his stick, and it comes up the center ice.
Boy, the Czechs certainly zip the puck around. I mean, they're not holding on to it for too long. It's quick passes, and Norway is having a tough time catching up to it.
Playing with a lot of confidence right now, Czechia is. But as we've seen with them, that comes and goes. There's a shot by Pastrnak, and Arntzen will make the save and hang on to it. We have two southpaw goaltenders in this game tonight. Both Arntzen and Vejmelka catch with the right hand.
Sort of a rarity at any level, but Jonas Arntzen, the 24-year-old, was the backup this season in Örebro. Jonas Enroth was their starter, got the bulk of the games, and the 12 games he was in, 3 wins. He's from Lillehammer himself, and so he's going to have his hands full in this game.
Shot from the line from Kondratic is turned aside by Arntzen. Those youngsters sometimes come in and do a pretty good job. We saw that with Arturs Silovs. Came in in replace of Elvis Merzlikins. Silovs got the job done for Latvia last night. Pass to the front of the net, backdoor play, Arntzen down, wraparound try for Tomas Hertl. Hertl on the loose puck, back for Šimik. Šimik for Kondratic, and Kondratic comes cross ice off a stick. Hertl takes a bit of a bump, gets it down for Zahorna, and he'll give way to Michael Haga. Haga plays it up the boards, and the referee getting in front of Andreas Martinsson. And then a good hit by Kondratic on Roxeth, and the puck is cleared up into the stands.
Well, there's the gentleman that kept this from being a 1-0 game for Czechia. Sent towards the net, Hertl on the wraparound, and Kastastool saves it with the heel of his left foot. Didn't even have his stick in his hands. Look at that, used the posts for some balance. Goaltender diving across.
That's pretty good.
That is.
Jakobsen puts on the brakes. Sends it at the line for Christian Bull. His shot was blocked. And right back up the ice for Czechia. Odd man rush. David Kampf in, and Arntzen comes across and stays with him. Schmeichel had it and lost it. Sent ahead by Max Krogdahl, and Vejmelka will stop it in behind his own net. Leaf first, Klanichka.
Not sure if he'll be able to pick it up, but Christian Jakobsen on the back check lost his stick and his glove. His glove is on top of the net for Norway.
Stransky lost his footing on a bit of a trip, gets up and keeps on trucking. Back at the line, Skotka for Cernak, and now there is a penalty coming as Jakob Fleck gets taken down in behind the Norway net, and the first power play of the game will go to Czechia.
And with Fleck trying to avoid that stick that was left on the ice from Jakobsen, it's moved away from the defenseman, and then he loses one step, so gets in with the stick. That is Emil Lilleberg. There's the chance that goes through Arntzen, and then the glove just pops off from Jakob Christensen. And he's without a glove, without a stick. Time to change, but Czechia, first power play of the hockey game.
3 for 10, 30%. They haven't drawn a lot of penalties, and they haven't taken a lot of penalties, Czechia. Pasternak on for Tomáš Hertl, and back for David Pasternak. Puts on the brakes, plays it back for Hronek, back for Pasternak, and back for Hronek, and on for David Krejci. Krejci walks it in, doesn't shoot it. Krejci, he'll drop it back. Cervenka goes to Pasternak. Arntzen comes across and makes the save on that. Controlled by Cervenka, back into the slot. Krejci goes cross ice, and David Pasternak on the power play has Czechia up 1-0.
Czechia has come to play. The 88 effect continues for their team. Just puck movement, fast, on point, and Pasternak was ready to shoot that. I mean, his stick is up in the air. Top of your screen, boom. The right-hand catching goaltender doesn't get the glove up there in time. Arntzen, helpless. Czechia flexing their power play muscles. And there's a chat going on at the bench with Czechia. Is it something to do with the visor? We'll see what comes of this. But it looked like they were signaling to Cervenka's visor that it wasn't low enough. I'm just trying to read the signaling from the referee. Goal stays on the board. And that is Mads Fransen, the Danish referee, talking also to Petter Thoresen.
So power play marker, second goal of this World Championship in as many games for David Pasternak. Referees tonight are Mads Fransen of Denmark, Sean McFarlane of Wheeling, West Virginia, and your linesmen are Tomi Nittila of Finland and Emil Jätinen of Sweden. 1-0 lead. Czechia. David Kemp drops it back. Klinichka in from the line. And deflected out. Jordan will go back, play it for David Kemp, and then Jordan will get it back. Kill Jordan. Drops it back. David Kemp will send it in. Off the boards, it's turned over, and Vrana with the quick shot, and Arntzen will make the save and hang on to it. 1-0, Czechia. Pasternak from Krejci and Cervenka, so that new form top line for Czechia gets the job done. Skotka will take this in behind the net, drops it off. Tomáš Hrdl, and poked off of his stick. Czechia was the dark horse coming into this. And you still wonder if this team gets rolling to its capabilities, they could do some damage.
Well,
the addition of Kemp, the addition of Pasternak, the addition of Michael Kempny.
it just slots guys back into probably more comfortable positions and taking some of the pressure off guys that can't bring it each and every night. Jakub Vrana is a wonderful player. He has lots of room on the international ice to get going, but if you're counting on him every single night for offense, you might be disappointed. And then Pasternak comes and you know he's bringing it every night.
And they want Karel Vejmelka to get his game where they want it to be. Jakob Fleck circles. Fleck being watched there by Trentness. Shot from the near point from Šimik. Comes off the backboards and jammed out of harm's way by Christian Jakobsen. Šimik sends it back for Michael Kempny. On for David Pasternak. Pasternak winds his way to center, almost lost it, gets it back, gets triple teamed at center. Vejmelka will kick that away. And Kempny plays it back for Šimik and back for Kempny, tried to play it up the boards. Salston trying to work it away from Šimik, and Šimik got some down low help from David Krejci. On for Pasternak, on for Cervenka, back for Krejci. Krejci takes a bump at center ice, but he will get the puck in as Magnus Brecki stepped into him.
Well, Cervenka's up to 10 points to tie Dennis Malgin for the point scoring lead with that secondary power play assist.
It's a good tournament for Roman Cervenka.
He got going early.
That's Rosalie Olsen, who's had a good tournament. He will send this in. 6 points for him. 3 goals, a power play goal, a shorthanded goal. Jakub Vrana takes it to the outside, lets the shot go off the left shoulder of Arntzen, and we get a stoppage in play.
Yeah, up and out of play, and that's the thing with Vrana. He's got quick feet. And when he elects to be a shooter more than a passer, he's much more effective. Kind of weird to see 4 games in and no points.
This is game 5 for each of these teams, which a bit of a quirk in the schedule. Finland has already played 6 here in this World Championship. They played yesterday afternoon. They played again this afternoon. Austria has played 6 as well. Andreas Martinsen will send this up at center. Kasselstuhl will send it the rest of the way in. Martinsen in with a bump. Schmeichel plays it back in behind his own net. And Mikael Jordan tries to clear it out. He wraps up Mats Rosalie Olsen. Andreas Martinsen throws it from a sharp angle. Bounces off Vejmelka. Gets kept in at the line. That's Rosalie Olsen tried to get it to Kasselstuhl, turned over. David Kemp trying to break away. David Kemp played all 82 games for the Toronto Maple Leafs this season. Zahorna sends it back. Kondratic from the line, and that's just maybe off the glove of Arntzen and wide. Zahorna centers, trying to get that for Mate Blumel. And down the ice it goes. Blumel, a +9 coming into this day to lead this tournament in plus-minus. Lilleberg for Johannes Johannesson. And he'll send this into the Czechia zone and cleared right back out. Šimik with the long pass up the middle, no one there. The puck was rolling on him. And an icing call against Czechia.
And does what most hockey players do when a pass goes wonky. Checks his stick blade. Been there before. Could possibly be my hands. It's the stick blade. And it'll come back into the Czechia end. And this will be an interesting study for Vejmelka. He's normally used to being busy with his Arizona Coyotes team, and he's only seen 2 shots in this game, and it's all about that mental concentration to be ready. This goes down for icing again. The Martinson shot from a couple of shifts ago was from behind the goal line in the left corner, and he's in that traditional position goaltenders go when they seal off the post. Bounced into his equipment and off to the far side.
Roenick still looking for his first point. Looking to get back to that 2019 World Championship in Slovakia when Czechia put up a whole bunch of points. They had that line of Voracek, Frolik, along with Dominic Simone. Dominic Simone, by the way, was here at the start of the tournament and has gone home for personal reasons. Drifter from the line from Roxef, and that's off a stick and up and on a play. And we will step aside. David Pastrnak has Czechia up 1-0. Slovakia leading Italy 1-0. Wins tough to come by for Italy. Italy and Kazakhstan trying to stay alive over in Group A. Where this tournament will be next year is not known. We do know that Slovenia and Budapest, or in Hungary rather, will come in. There is some talk that those 2 countries may host the next World Championship, but we'll see what the IIHF delivers on that front. Olom circles back as the 2 Oloms and Mats Rosalie Olsen come out for Norway. This line has been quiet. They're out against that top line of Czechia. And not easy to get a handle on the puck.
No, normally they're the scoring line that's being checked.
Pastrnak giving chase. In that last game, the first game for the line of Cervenka, Krejci, and Pastrnak, there's a chance for Ken-Andre Olom, turns to the forehand, can't get the shot through. They combine for 6 points, 2 points each, 9 shots on goal. Pastrnak had 5 of those 9 shots.
It was nicely defended by David Kempney, pardon me. Didn't get off balance by reaching in, just kind of waited for the spin to occur, then got the stick in the way, so that shot from Ken-Andre Olom didn't get through.
Roenick on for Michael Kempney. He'll send it in, bounces inside the line. Zohorna trying to send it deep, but it's stopped at center, and Brecky will send it in. Karel Vejmelka gets it on for David Sklenichka. Plays it across for Mate Blumel. Rink wide it comes. Zohorna will play it back for Jordan. And back up for Zohorna, on for Blumel. The shot didn't get through. And Sklenichka takes it at center and on for Tomas Hertl of the San Jose Sharks. New contract in his wallet. And is back for David Sklenichka. 6:20 left to go here, period number 1.
Hertl, 64 points, 30 goals this season. Played every game.
This gets played by Krogdahl around the boards. Andreas Martinson, nice backhand pass. Sends it ahead for Norstabo. Matthias Norstabo gets the center no further. Had 3 goals for in his first World Championship in 2015, Norstabo did. Has not scored since. Andreas Martinsen gives chase. Played around by Skotka. Šimik from the line, lets the shot go, that went wide. The only goal in this game, a power play marker from David Pastrnak. Scramble at the side, David Kemp gets a whack at it, and Arntzen makes a good right pad save. Andreas Martinsen buries his man into the boards on the far side, and a shot from Šimik deflects off the stick and up and down a play. 5:22 left to go, opening period. Czechia with a 1-0 lead. There's a couple of big games coming up for Czechia. They will have tomorrow off, and they close back-to-back Monday against United States and Tuesday against Finland. So a real good test for Czechia, and if you want to play good teams before you get into the quarterfinals, that is what their schedule presents. Tretnes will send this in. Jordan takes a bump in behind the net from Ludwig Hoff. And Stransky will play it back into his own zone.
You know, it's still too early to slot the teams 1, 2, 3, 4. Initially, when you see the groups, you think Finland, Sweden, Czechia, United States, and then can Latvia battle get in there? Can you see something from another team? But it's starting to slot that way if Czechia gets this win.
Switzerland beating Canada, so with the USA beating Sweden earlier today, Switzerland the only undefeated team in this World Championship. This is banked off the boards and down the ice it goes. This will be an icing call. USA maybe still a little bit of an uncertain team, still waiting for the arrival of Matt Boldy, waiting for the arrival of Ryan Hartman. They'll need another defenseman by the looks of it. Blankenberg didn't play today. John Merrill got hurt early in his first game. He is done for this championship. Caleb Jones was with them at the start, didn't even get registered before he got hurt. Played with 5 defensemen today. Seth Jones's ice time was like 34 minutes. At the line for Sklenicka. Sends it down, Cervenka. Puts it in behind for David Pastrnak. Krejci trying to work a loose puck out of the corner. Gets some help from Cervenka. Behind for Pastrnak, tried to center it. Banked it off the side of the net. And taken by Mathis Olam. And Olam trying to find a little bit of room. Everywhere he looked, there was a red jersey. Send up the center, and Rosalie Olsen will send this in. Ken-Andre Olam going after it. And it ends up on the stick of David Krejci. He'll lift it out the center for Mate Blumel. And he'll play it back for Kempny. Kempny back for Blumel. Little stutter step in center. Cross ice for Zahorna. He tried to go rink wide looking for Tomas Hertl. That gets broken up, and Solston will send it in. Šimik to the backboards. Give it a bump in behind there by Martin Ronald. So under 3 to go here in the opening period, and Norway starting to find a little bit more time in the offensive zone. Norstabo with the shot. That got up high and hit Ronald.
More time, but it's not getting any tests on Vejmelka. Just 2 shots in this game for Norway this opening period.
Schmeichel trying to take that in. Vrana gets a sharp angle shot that doesn't get through. Kassestool trying to send it up the boards. Kept in by Czechia. Bounces back at the right point. Kondratic will send it all the way around into the slot for David Kemp. That never got through. Vrana's on the puck. Jakub Vrana drops for Kondratic. Kondratic, the former Washington Capital, will take it wide, gives it to Vrana. The former Washington Capital, now a member of the Detroit Red Wings. And that blast went wide. And Kondratic will chase it down. Cernok jams this into the Norway end of the ice. They say he was on his own side of center, and it didn't go off anyone. Icing is going to be the call.
And going to pull Kondratic off the bench as he snuck there as that pass was being sent down the ice. And what's impressed me when Czechia is playing their best is when they're coming up the ice, they'll make a 5 to 10 foot pass to the next forward who's a couple of strides ahead, and he'll do that to the next forward who's coming down the far side. They just move it and move it and move it, and they keep going up almost in unison once they hit the line. A lot of speed being built.
Tretnes plays it behind the net. Ludwig Hoff digs it free. Work along the near side boards with Christian Jakobsen, who was the scoring champion of the Norway League. Gets it back for Tretnes. Tretnes sends it back. Lilleberg goes cross ice, and Johannesson with the wrist shot, and Vejmelka will snare that and hang on to it.
Christian Jakobsen played for Sparta Sarpsborg in the Norwegian League. And he had 67 points in 45 games. He's played, or did play, his formative hockey in Modo, as he was born in Onskolvik, but has some relatives that live in Norway. His mom's from Norway, visits there in the summers, played there, got his Norwegian pass, and will be representing them for years to come.
So the Oldham line back out against the Krejci line.
Get this late offensive zone face-off for Norway.
And Krejci with another face-off win. Krejci coming into this game 70.5%, which was second best in the World Championship, only behind Bjornanen of Finland. Coming into the game, Krejci had won 36 of 51 that he had taken. 962 NHL games played for David Krejci. Long floater from the line by Krogdahl went wide off a stick. May have ticked off the glove of Vejmelka, but was going over top the net. Sent back in behind for Hronek. On for Kempny. Into the final 30 seconds of period one. On for Krejci and on for Cervenka. And Cervenka puts on the brakes against the checking of Max Krogdahl, who played in Sweden this year. And they may just try and end the period here. Norstabo will leave it. Kassestool sends it on for Brecky. Brecky trying to get in deep into the Czechia zone. Can't, and a flipper from the far side will end up in the glove of Vejmelka. And the first period will come to an end. Shots were 10-3, but only one finds the net. That off the stick of David Pastrnak.
Shots on goal in the first period. Team Czechia 10 and Team Norway 3. Laukauksen paljon kohti ensimmäisessä erässä. Tsekki 10 ja Norja 3. In Helsinki, score between Team Italy and Team Slovakia 0-2. Helsingissä tilanne ottelussa.
Det her er ikke mulig, boys.
Det er mulig hvis vi ikke begynner å spille annerledes, i hvert fall. Det er skjerminger.
Du må våge å sette press på dem, ja.
Herregud, da.
Senke skuldra litt, og så spiller vi. Ja. Det er veldig god.
Team Norway 0 and Team Czechia 1. Tilanne ensimmäisen erän jälkeen.
Hey, Mads! That guy's hard to find out here. That guy's hard to find out here in the white. Let's wait up, guys. Nope, Scott. David, you know what side? Okay, bench side? Hey, bench side! What's up? Oh, hey, if it was obvious, we'd get it, right? I'm up here, I don't see that, but I guarantee if my partner had that, we'd call it. Tomas, I'm fixing your jersey, man. Right here, Tomas, right here, referee. Battle, boys, we got a battle! Puck! There it is! 84! 6, 84! Come on, let's go! 6! Thanks, man. Not after he shot it, though.
Second period about to get going, and a 1-0 lead in favor of Czechia. Jonas Arntzen stopped 9 of 10 in that opening period for Norway. And Karel Vejmelka of the Arizona Coyotes only facing 3 shots in that first period. After a shaky start, Vejmelka has been very good in this tournament. Even the loss, it was a 2-1 defeat to Austria in a shootout.
Only allowed 1 goal in the last 2 games after allowing 4 halfway through his game against Sweden on 18 shots.
Face-offs very much in favor of Czechia, as was expected. 11 of 15. Tomáš Hertl won 4 of 5. David Krejci was 4 for 4. Thomas Kondratic had 3 shots on goal to lead all players in that category. Comes back at the line for Krejci, and Arntzen will take that one off the chest protector and hang on to it.
Just so dangerous, this line. And Krejci did a wonderful job as he's coming up the wing to pull the puck off the boards at the right time so Cervenka can get it with speed. As soon as the play isn't available to go to the net and one of those players turn to get in the passing mode, the other 2 guys fan out, and they just have this chemistry that you can see happening before the play happens, and they seem to make the right play every time.
Krejci to take the face-off. It ends up on the stick of Johannesson. He tried to make a play up the middle. Lilleberg stepped into Pasternak. Puck is onto the stick of David Krejci. Trying to lose the checking of Mathis Ohlum. And Ohlum gets a piece of that pass that was intended for Michael Kempny. Back for Krejci. Krejci puts on the brakes. The 246. Nice move by Krejci to get around Ken-Andre Ohlum. And then the blast from the line went wide. Cervenka plays it back at the line. Hronek floats a backhander across for Krejci. And Krejci gets tripped up on the play, and Mathis Ohlum is going to go to the penalty box on the trip. Cervenka sends it back. It gets away from Krejci. Play whistle down, and Mathis Ohlum will skate to the penalty box, the captain of this Norway squad.
Auspicious start to the second period for Norway. They'll go right to the penalty kill. Krejci's got this really nice, quick stick handle move. And I've got a project for myself when I get home after. I think 70% of the penalties have been tripping calls. through this tournament so far. It just, the amount of time that errant stick gets into the feet, I'm gonna add it up when I get back.
All right. You can report back to us via Twitter.
I probably will.
The Twitter machine. So the second power play of the game for Czechia. David Pasternak's goal in this game has come on the power play. Norway's penalty kill, they have killed 10 of 16.
Checking the clock as the penalty reads 2 minutes and 1 second. Now they've put it to 2 minutes and 4. I don't think Czechia needs more time on the power play.
4 for 11 coming into this power play opportunity. David Juracek has a power play goal. Kondratic has a power play goal. Cervenka has one, and tonight David Pastrnak has added to that. 40-goal scorer with the Boston Bruins. Can wire the puck.
Yeah, 48 goals in 2020 to get the Rocket Richard Trophy. He had 20 power play goals that year. Was fourth in Hart voting as they have issues with the clock and are trying to get the penalty time correct. Played his hockey before the NHL in Södertälje, the Swedish league, and just has gotten better. Pastrnak has each and every season, going from 10 to 15 to 34 to 35 to 38 to 48 goals. That's quite the trajectory as they work on this clock issue.
Talked about how good this Czechia team might be. Their last medal was 2012. It was a bronze. They had a bronze in 2011. The last gold was in Germany back in 2010. And they had that run that you talked about the other day, gold in 99, 2000, 2001, 2005, and then the one in 2010. But looking to get back to the podium. Peter Nedved, the general manager, has convinced David Pastrnak to come over, convinced David Kemp to come over, Michael Kempny, and Kempny has the puck now. There's the drop for Jakub Vrana. Vrana up to 14 shots on goal to lead Czechia in that department. Comes around the boards for Pastrnak. Wrap around try by Kondratic. Kondratic drops it off at the line for Kempny. Back for Kondratic. Takes a look, lays it down. Taken there by Schmeichel, tried to go cross ice. And back up at center ice for Kempny.
Well, now the second, well, the other power play unit, their top unit, is standing at the bench.
This gets played to open ice. Kondratic will rattle it in. And now the change will start. Scores! A change that won't get finished. Power play goal, Czechia, and a 2-0 lead.
2 power play goals on 2 opportunities. And Czechia starts early in the second period as well. This pops out to Vrana at the front. It was a dump in so they could start their change. It's a fluttering puck that bounces off the wall, is sent right out front from Serdok. And we've been talking about Vrana using his speed to get to spaces where he could put the puck in, and this is from right top of the blue paint. This is on the goaltender. 2-0 Czechia.
So his 15th shot of this World Championship finds the back of the net. And Jakub Vrana is on the board. And Czechia up by 2. Lilleberg will whip this into the Czechia zone. Blumel bumps his man. Blumel has the loose puck. Plays it on to Hronek. Out through center ice. That's as far as that play gets, and Salston will put it back into his own zone. Tomas Hertl breaks it up, and a wrister by Hertl. And that is grabbed and held by Arnston.
The goaltender is on the post, has to decide. He's looking over the wrong shoulder. By the time he readjusts, it's too late. And the fact the puck wasn't going fast, Dennis, had him stuck looking over his left shoulder. And once it got behind the net, instead of moving the body, he just moved the head, and then that puck popped out, or was put out front and deposited.
David Kemp out to take the face-off against Olam. So now we have the line matchup a little bit different. It has been the Mathis Olam, Ken-Andre Olam, and Rosalie Olsen line that has been going up against the Krejci line most of this night. And that line, or that matchup now has changed. Long right wing pass and beyond the reach, but Branagh's going to get there first to negate the icing. Roxeth gives way. David Kemp looking for Schmeichel out front. Arnson will turn that away, and on for Ken-Andre Olam. To the line, no further. And Kelly Don will intercept and plays it back down the ice. This one is going to be an icing call, and the faceoff will come all the way back. Been an interesting schedule for Norway. They're just coming off a couple of days off. Their last game was on Wednesday. That win over Austria. They had Thursday and Friday off. They play today. They'll play tomorrow against Sweden. And then they got Monday off, and then they play Tuesday. So hard part of their schedule came early. We always talk about Norway beating the teams that they should beat, but they're still trying to get to that next level by beating someone that maybe they're not expected to.
Yeah, they need the surprise win along the way. You're right. 13th last year as they continue to battle.
We'll see what happens. They'll have a couple of chances yet. Sweden and USA would fall into that category of teams that, if they did win, it would be an upset. Back to the blue line it comes. Krogdahl for Jakobsen. On the backhand, he'll spin it down low. Trying to come up with it is Matthias Tretnes, and it's bounced back for Norstabo. No Andreas Klavestad for Norway in this game. There's a chance save made by Vejmelka. He wasn't sure where that loose puck was. Jakobsen forced to the backhand, sends it at the line, near side Johannesson. Johannesson plays it in behind the net. Salston, another short side blast, that got turned away. Johannesson trying to get that back. Ronald hustles back to the left point. Lilleberg is on it, tried to play it over. He was trying to get that from Magnus Brecky, but Brecky was on his way to the bench to start the change.
Boy, he was committed to it to the point we saw it coming, just looked at it.
Back in for Cernak. Tried to play it back at the line, a misfire. And Andreas Martinson will start back for Norway. Former NHLer, Haga works it out of the corner. And then Haga got spilled on the play. Martin Roymark trying to corral it. And cleared on for Hronek. Fakes the shot and then snaps it. And the save is made. And we'll get a face-off in the Norway end of the ice. 14th World Championship for Martin Roymark. There's David Pasternak. 2 goals in 2 games for him.
Some players are worth the price of admission. He is definitely one of them. And as we were talking about Norway coming back into the top group in 2006. But since then, there was only 4 times they were not in a double-digit placement. 8th, 9th, 6th in 2011, and 8th in 2012. Everything else is in the teens, like 11, 12, 13, like last year, that sort of thing. And to take that next step, they have to surprise teams along the way.
Kempty with the blast, that's turned away. Getting back to Martin Roymark for a second. This is World Championship game number 95 for him. So he will look to come back next year to hit the 100 mark. Not quite Anders Ambul's numbers, but still pretty impressive. And across for Olam. Mathis Olam puts on the brakes against the checking of Michael Kempny. In behind for Ken-Andre Olam. Kempny picks up the chase on him. Puts on the brakes, goes the other way. Spins, circles. Doing doing the Doug Gilmour from years ago in the playoffs.
Oh, yes.
There's a steal on for Mats Rosalie Olsen, and he ripped that one over top the net. Some good work in the offensive zone here. Chance in front. Oh, what a save. Vejmelka gets across and robs Mathis Olam on a terrific shift here from Ken-Andre Olam.
Two great chances by the top line of Norway. And this puck was put back into the zone by Czechia.
It remains 1-0 Czechia. Chance by Mathis Olam actually went off the outside of the post on that far side. Vejmelka came across with the glove up, but there was some room there. And a real good shift for that line. That gets away from the David Krejci line finally. Offside called against Czechia as the pass was in behind Heinik Zahorna.
There's that chance. From behind the net across, bounces off the right pad and pushing this towards the net. It hits the outside right near the crossbar. And Mathis Olam has 2 goals in this tournament, both power play goals in the same game against Great Britain.
And that's Rosalie Olsen coming off a 3-point game. Tomas Hertl stuffs this in behind the net for Heinik Zahorna. Zahorna got racked up with Krogdahl. Krogdahl kicking it up along the boards onto the stick of Jakobsen. And Jakobsen back for Norway. Puts on the brakes. Jakobsen looking for help. There was no one at the right point as Norway was in the middle of a change defensively. Jakobsen trying to spin this down low, but Tomas Hertl read that all the way. Big Hertl will skate to the line, sends it in deep, goes in after it. Hertl gets tied up and Lilleberg on the puck. Emil Lilleberg, 21 years of age, 6'2", 207, an Arizona Coyotes pick. Played in the SHL this season. Perhaps may one day be a teammate of Karel Vejmelka in the desert.
It's one of the younger players that is getting just oodles of experience being at this tournament, learning as he's going.
And all leagues will be affected, if indeed, and it certainly looks like there will be a number of non-Russian players who played in the KHL for the last number of years that won't be going back. So there is that trickle-down effect. They will end up in, whether it be Liga in Finland, whether it be the SHL in Sweden, whether it be in the Swiss League. So everybody gets bumped down or everybody gets moved, and there will be players looking for places to play.
From my experience, I played 10 years in Europe, mostly Germany. If I was a player that was playing in the KHL and that's not an option, don't want to go back, I would want to go to Switzerland next. But there's only 5 imports that you're allowed. You can have 2 North American, 3 European-based imports, but you can filter through imports. For instance, in Germany, when you sign as an import, that burns that import card that they have. They used to be able to have 13, dress 10. Numbers have changed each year, but the Swiss, that's some good hockey, some good living. The salaries are nice.
Travel is easy.
You like mountains.
Jordan lets the shot go from the line, blocked in front, rebound, and Arnston makes a good save off of Cernok. Of course, they still need to get one of the World Championship events back to Switzerland. The 2020 was canceled there in Lausanne and Zurich.
It's a great stop by Arnston. Very aware, has to readjust after going one way, and then is able to take this in the equipment. I finished my last year playing in Martigny, which is the French side.
There's basically three parts, is there not? French,
yes, the
Italian,
French, the Italian, German.
And which part were you in?
French part, Martigny, the Red Lions.
And thus you were fluent in French and German?
My French struggled. I couldn't bring it from high school with me.
And I know you can speak German because I've heard that.
That carried over from my time playing in Mannheim, yes.
Always helps going through the Frankfurt airport when you're with us. Pass up the middle is intercepted. Pasternak for Krejci. Arnston comes across, makes another save. Andreas Martinson jams it ahead. Martin Roymark will play it back into his own end. Banked around the boards for Krogdahl. On for Haga. Haga will chip it to the line, gets it back, gets away from him. And back up the ice now for Šimik, the long lead pass. As he was trying to spring Tomas Hertl. Mattis Olam will take that pass from Lilleberg, leaves it for Ken-Andre Olam. He got spun around, and the puck ends up on the stick of Radim Šimik. Through the middle for Blumel, deflected away. Mattis Olam, good move to get away from Zahorna. And now some room for Lilleberg trying to bust his way in. And good recovery there by Kondratik to knock it away from him.
It's a very good stick from Kondratik as the matchups has changed just a touch. The Olim line now going up against Zahorna's line. Pasternak moves it over. Krejci with the shot. Rebound not converted. That young man is sticking in there. Arnston.
He has done very well. Jakobsen watched by Hertl. Sends it down for Kasselstuhl. Back on for Ludwig Hoff. Into the slot. Roxeth took a whack at it, didn't get much on it. Blumel's after the loose puck. Centered! And a shot in the high slot there by David Kemp, and that didn't miss by much.
Went off a stick, and Kemp has had a couple of chances his first game for Czechia.
Christian Bull was activated for this game. Had a good tournament last year, put up some numbers. Had a couple of shifts in the opening period. Has played 2:08 in this game, and I don't think we have seen him here in the second period. This will get dumped in. Stranichka plays it back for Kempny. On for Vrana. Vrana's on the score sheet with a power play goal here. Icing gets waved off. Matthias Norstabo on for Salston. No room for him against the checking of Vrana. And Norstabo will play this on at center. Grecky will send it the rest of the way in, but this is going to be an icing call against Norway.
So we see the speedy Blumel put the brakes on and fake spin and a setup into the slot. Here's Kemp. That's a great scoring area, but Kasselstuhl gets in the way of it, gets the stick down there, helps out his goaltender. Both power play goals for Czechia were scored within a minute from the penalty being taken, around a minute.
Well, Petter Thoresen, the coach of Norway, talked about that before the game, that we need to stay out of the penalty box. It has hurt them at times in this World Championship. Their penalty killing is under 65% or right around there. Long shot. Arnston wasn't sure where it was, but he makes the save, and he will hang on to it. 7:55 to go here in period number 2 and a 2-0 lead. Talked about Christian Bull not getting a lot of ice time. Of course, Jonas Hollis, a veteran of the Norway defensive corps, not on this team this year. 24 minutes and 58 seconds last year, which was third most in the World Championship. Has played over 100 World Championship games. We talked about this earlier, that there needs to be a next generation on this Norway squad. Tied up, Haga and Stransky. Comes up the boards, and Lilleberg plays it back. Haga trying to clear. Johan Johannesson had to get away from him. Stransky tried to wrap around, that didn't work. Cernak will put it back in behind the Norway net. Haga tried to jam it up the wall, lost his stick, kept in by Hronek, and another save by Arntzen. And we'll get another face-off, as most of the action has been in the Norway end of the ice, as the shot's now 19-4.
Well, the referees let that diffuse, not trying to get in the way of this hockey game. Sean McFarland, a Spokane native who's taken his refereeing talents overseas at times in Germany, and has kind of been built up along the way, and talks about his rapport with the players, talking with them afterwards to explain his side.
Off the face-off, that is getting sent off the glass and out to center ice. Back forward, Krejci plays it on for Cervenka. Cervenka trying to find Pasternak off that back post. Bounced out at center and cleared in ahead for Mathis Olom. In front, Mats Rosalie Olsen tried to get that through to Ken-Andre Olom. Back for Mathis Olom, and a shot blocked. As Vejmelka got down on that short side, may have got some help from his defenseman. Long shot from Roxette, blockered away. Ends up in the corner. Skotka gives way to Ken-Andre Olom. Been a good period for Ken-Andre Olom. We talked about the fact that he's still trying to find the score sheet with a goal. And it was 2012 the last time he didn't score. Odd man rush, cross ice it goes, and a good defensive play by Mats Rosalie Olsen to get a piece of it.
He's a forward, and he double clutched on the pass, and he had those two, Krejci and Pasternak, coming down on him, and did the smart play. Stayed in the middle, took away a passing lane.
Blumel gets chased all the way back. Then he gets stripped of the puck. Ken-Andre Olom trying to get it on for Tretnes, and it's cleared up at center, and here comes Zohorna. Heinrich Zohorna trying to drop it for Blumel. It was in behind him, and right back up the ice for Tretnes. Tretnes cross ice, save made off Jakobsen. Karel Vejmelka with his best save of the night.
Czechia getting a little loose with the puck, coming up ice with some no-look draw passes that's fueling the ability for Norway to counter-strike. So Vejmelka getting back into it.
This will get sent in. Kempney's after it, sends it on for Hronek. And he'll lift this back into the Norway zone, batted out of midair. through center ice. And Martin Ronald will send it in. Vrana, who has the goal in this period. His pass is intercepted. Back down low from Magnus Brecky. Stanichka on for Schmeichel. Schmeichel drops it back, and David Kemp will send it all the way back for Hronek, and Hronek will take it back in behind his own net.
Seems like Vejmelka's busy in this period, but he's only faced 2 shots. There's been a lot of passes that look like scoring chances are about to happen for Norway, and there's a block by a stick.
Bouncing puck in on Arntzen, and he will hang on to it. Pasternak and Vrana the goals. Triple header Saturday coming to a close. 4:30 left here in the second period. Started with United States and Sweden going to extra time. Adam Gaudette with an overtime winner for Team USA. They were down to 5 defensemen in that game. An icing call coming up.
Here's the Vejmelka stop. Good anticipation, making sure he stays low, so if he has to put the pads towards the ice like he did, he can. Talked about how busy he was this season in Arizona. Karo Vejmelka, 10 times in his 52 games. He had 40 or more shots.
Did have one NHL shutout. It came in Winnipeg. Back at the line, Lilleberg lets the shot go. The second game today had Finland over Austria. Back to the line, Johannesson lets the shot go and never got through. Andreas Martinson off the corner board, sends it out to center ice. And this will deflect in. Yuck, Fluck going in after it. Sent right back out. Kempny will leave it there for David Krejci.
Got a couple of speedsters, Czechia does. Blumel, Fleck, Vrana.
Here comes Kempny with a wrist shot, and Arntzen will make the save. Gathers in the rebound and will hang on to it.
Crowds have been plentiful through a couple of busy days of hockey. And some big games coming up. At the end of the preliminary round, Finland and Czechia, that's on Tuesday. That'll be a doozy.
One last night, Latvia and Austria was a terrific game. Ended up getting solved in a shootout, and that took Latvia out of any relegation discussion, but a very good hockey game. Austria felt they should have won that in 60 minutes. Pasternak in with the shot. That didn't get through. They controlled the third period and the overtime, but it got to a shootout. Ronald Kennens had one off both posts in the overtime. And then it was Roberts Bukarts who had the winner for Latvia. And it was Artur Silovs who was in nets for Latvia. Ken-Andre Olim off a leg. Down low it goes Roxeth for Mathis Olim. Mathis Olim to the short side off the goal post. Took a look, saw an opening, put it there. and did not miss by much. Mats Rosalie Olsen trying to get that across for Mathis Olem, and it's intercepted and back for Cervenka and on for Pasternak. Pasternak trying to go rink wide, looking for Hronik. And that's intercepted by Mathis Olem, sends it on, and Rosalie Olsen will swing it in and head to the bench on the change.
Mathis Olem has hit both posts in 2 of his last 3 shifts. One was the glove side and more the outside. This one was over the blocker near side, went behind the goaltender out the other side.
You talk about more action around Karel Vejmelka than 5 shots would indicate. Well, yeah. There's 2 great chances that don't go down as a shot on goal. Skotka tied up there with Jakobsen, trying to spin it off the backboards is Ludwig Hoff. He'll get it across. Trepness will send it back down low to the line, but not out. And Johannesson, who plays in Germany for a few years and now in Sweden, lets the wrister go, and a glove save by Vejmelka.
Thought he was going to shoot earlier, but through the screen. That's his brother at the front of the net there. That's the ref's view of it. As the older Olem is Mathis, 36-year-old, and Ken Andre, 33. And Mathis Olem played in Vålerenga in the Norwegian league. His teammate was David Booth, who made a comeback, former NHLer.
Shot blocked, rebound stopped, and then scooped out of harm's way. Schmeichel along the boards. It's back into the Czechia zone. 90 seconds left to go in period number 2. Schmick will put it off the boards and out the neutral ice. Right back in for Johannesson. Schmick takes a bump into the backboards from Brecky. Salston in on the forecheck, knocked away from him. Out to center and no further, and Brecky right back in. Fires that one over top the net, comes off the back glass. Salston gloves it down. Tied up there with Schmick. And Andreas Martinson tries to work the puck free. Martinson turns, fires, and Vejmelka picks that up through some traffic and punches it away with the blocker. And now into the final minute of this second period. Roxeth for Haga. He tried to get that to the front of the net and intercepted and banked off the boards and back down for Kasselstuhl.
Norway's been the better club the last 4 minutes.
Kasselstuhl to his own line, gets to the red line, sends it rink wide, room on the left side. Roxeth drops it back. Roymark is on it. Roymark from a sharp angle, and a save made by Vejmelka, and now a little pushing and shoving at the side of the Czechia net.
Yeah, Cernak, sorry, Dennis is in there, and so is Jordan.
And Andreas Martinson, who is no stranger to scrums. Slovakia up on Italy 2-0 in Helsinki. That second period has just ended. This will end this second period as soon as cooler heads prevail. Cernak and Mathis Olem were in for the face-off.
Going to check the clock and put the proper time back up. There it is, 16.4.
Tied up off the face-off. That's Rosalie Olsen going after it, cleared away. Stransky couldn't clear it up the boards. Another sharp angle try. Off the body in front, it's on the side of the net, and it doesn't get across the goal line. As Johannesson let it go, and it pinballed around in front of the net for a bit, and then got cleared.
Sharp angle creates the puck that comes back to the net, goes off Ken Andre, and hits the outside of the net. If that drops at his feet in front, he can poke it in all around it, but can't get it in it.
40 minutes done and a 2-0 lead for Czechia. Couple of power play goals, the difference in this one.
Už je takhle zrá nemůžeme, dáme do hry. Všichni zbytečně.
Team Czechia 2. Sats on maaliakootti toisessa erässä, Tsekki 12 ja Norja 6.
Oh, you're good, you're good.
Come on, come on, come on. Turn on yourself. There's no movement on the leg, okay? No movement on the leg.
We're all right, yep, leave him, thank you.
Yep, yep, yep. Hey, hey. Martin, come on.
Hey, we're all right. Come on. Keep battling, man, looking really good. Thanks. We're good, let him out. Thank you. Hey, Tommy, new puck. New puck. How's it going, man? Hey! Hey! Boys, move! We've got nothing right now. We're okay. Yeah, both ways. It's even though. Boys, line up or change. 2
Každej víme, co máme dělat. Pojď nám. Naši práce. Pojď nám, jdeme. 20 minut, jo, jdeme.
20 minut práce, hoši, 20 minut práce.
Jdeme. Hrajeme u nich.
A pojďme, jdem pořád aktivně, jo?
Pojďme. Pomůžeme si. Pojď, jdeme, jo?
Better period in the second for Norway. Karel Vejmelka a little busier than what he was in the first. Faced 8 shots in the second period after only facing 3 in the first. Norway better in the face-off department in the second period. And we saw some offensive zone time from that top line of the two Olums along with Mats Rosalie Olsen.
Well, 3 posts.
Guys, come on.
2 from Mathis and then the one off the chest late from Ken Andre.
Yes, Czechia first.
Outside of the post, but red nonetheless.
No way.
Philip Hronek, as the third period gets going, sends it across to Michael Kempney. Deflected in by David Krejci. Lilleberg to the backboard. Cervenka's after him. Johannesson will play this on for Mathis Olom. Unable to get across the red line with anything open, so he'll circle back into his own end, plays it back for Lilleberg. Lilleberg will get to the red line, knifes a backhander in, Vejmelka will steer it away. Played back for Mathis Olom. Mathis Olom fakes the pass. Krejci now picks up the chase, and Krejci will send the lead pass on. Pasternak is in alone. Pasternak to the forehand. Penalty coming up to Norstabo. It's going to be a penalty shot for David Pasternak.
Nice pass to spring him in, and then the stride takes over. Norstabo at the last moment gets his stick underneath of Pasternak. And I wonder what bag of tricks he's going to reach into here.
Well, you don't score 40 without knowing how to score. So Pasternak in on Jonas Arntzen on the penalty shot. Pasternak to the forehand, scores. David Pasternak gets his second of the game, third of the World Championship, and Czechia now with a 3-0 lead.
Silky smooth move at the net. Pasternak fakes to the backhand, pulls to the forehand. And much respect for the ability there to deke the goaltender, put it past the pad. Just Just another day at the rink for David Pastrnak. Had 3 penalty shots in the NHL, scored once, and has contributed here to make it 3-0.
David Pastrnak in his second game and an impact right off the hop for Czechia when he played Thursday in that game against Latvia. They got off to a 5-0 lead after 1. There's another long pass. Blumel will backhand this in. Zahorna off the corner boards, tied up. Krogdahl can't get a handle on it. Tomas Hertl will. Hertl back to the line for Jan Skotka. That shot went wide. Hertl in to try and pull it out of the pile. Krogdahl trying to get a stoppage of play. Finally does come free, and Mikkel Haga's on it. And Haga will just circle back into his own end, leave it there, and scamper to the bench on the line change.
When you go in for a deke and you pull it from one side to the other, when you get your heel into the ice, it kind of slows you down and gives you balance.
Trutness drops it back, and Vejmelka will make the glove save and hang on to it.
So it allows you to make that quick move right in front of the goaltender. See a lot of the NHL players go up on their back heel when they're about to make that last move. The one-timer from Pastrnak, and watch his right leg. There. Kicks the heel up, kind of digs in a little bit, but keeps you balanced.
Jakub Vrana, who has the other goal for Czechia in this game. He gets turned over, and Kasselstuhl plays it back, gets away from Rockseth. Jakobsson's on it. Jakobsson trying to send this through for Hoff. And an icing call against Norway. So a good night for the fans.
I was gonna say, you know, shapes, sizes, colors, and allegiances.
Can't be that comfortable.
Norway, sorry,
trying to
Dennis.
get a change in.
Yeah, and you know, they've got Sweden on Sunday and the United States on Tuesday. They're running uphill in the snow in those games.
Played back for Lilleberg. And in it goes, and Mikkel Jordan back for it for Czechia. On for Skotka. Salston squeezes him out in the corner. Salston is up with the puck, trying to get a shot away. Skotka got back to tie his stick up. And Skotka will lift a backhander all the way back to the Norway line. Johannesson trying to clear it away. Mick Stransky's on the loose puck. Plays it back for Jordan. Near side Hronek. Quick shot, that's blocked. Goes off the skate of Magnus Brecky. Stransky on it again. Turns to the forehand. Tried to send it down low. Intercepted. Cernak gets hog-tied there along with Brecky. Hronek will hold it in, on for Jordan. Plays it down to Stransky, gets it back to Jordan. On for Hronek. Hronek the shot, and in front trying to tip that was Cernak, and grabbed and held by Jonas Arnston.
The 24-year-old has performed well in this game. The regular starter, Henrik Haukelen, played the first 4 games for Norway.
Henrik Holm is the third netminder for Norway. Had great numbers in Stavanger, but not in the lineup, and has not seen any action in this World Championship, as they have gone to the 24-year-old Arnston in this game against Czechia.
Stavanger, that's the Oilers. They won the Elite Serien in Norway, or the Ford Craft League. It's a sponsorship.
Italy is on the board in Helsinki, so 2-1. Juraj Slafkovsky was in the penalty box, and a power play goal for Italy. And that game in the third period as well. This shot goes off of Krogdahl, came out to block it and out of play.
One thing about Czechia, they like these face-off plays, especially predicated on Krejci winning the draw. And after any sort of whistle or stoppage in the offensive zone, they'll all just kind of huddle up together. Kempny getting the last instructions from Krejci, and he's going to try and pull it over his right shoulder to Cervenka, but I don't think he'll shoot. I think it's going to be some sort of trickery. Keep your eyes on Pasternak scooting down to the goal line maybe on the glove side.
2 in the game for Pasternak. Krejci circles and now gets set for a face-off battle with Mathis Olim. And Krejci wins it, shot off the draw, blocked. And Kempny back into his own end. 19 minutes and 37 seconds in his debut for Michael Kempny. Free agent Chicago back in 2016. Went to Washington. 24 games played in Washington's Cup run. Turned over at center ice as Ken-Andre Olim tried to drop that back. Now he'll try it again. Lays it on for Mathis Olim, cuts to the middle of the ice, tried to pull it back. 3 Czech players converged on him. Ken-Andre Olim gets rattled into the corner boards by David Sklenicka. And Sklenicka's going to go to the penalty box, and Norway to the power play for the first time.
It's a real hard shove to the back of Olim, Ken-Andre. And that's a textbook cross-check. So Norway will see what they can come up with here. 3 power play goals. This is their 4th power play of the game, 3 at the tournament, 2 against Great Britain, both from the same shooter. That was Mathis Olim.
Czechia penalty kill. They've killed 10 of 12 so far in this tournament. Centered in front, scores! Great setup, and it gets finished by Ludwig Hoff. And Norway is on the board. It's 3-1.
Off the redirect in front. That didn't take long. 11 seconds of 5-on-4 time for Norway. Cutting into the Czech league. Trennis is going to get behind the net after he gets it back and put it near side out front after he comes around the net to Hoff. And not being able to stretch across in time. Pamelka, another situation where the goaltender's got to look from one side to the other and then is surprised as that puck gets centered while they're readjusting. Power play goal, Norway.
So a good play from in behind the net by Trentinus in his 7th World Championship. He plays in the Swiss League after a year in Norway. Prior to that, in Germany, kept it on the line by Tomas Hertl. Hertl had to get away from him. Šimik will send it down low to Blumel. Blumel trying to work it off the backboards. He got dumped, gets up, has the puck. Back to Kondratik. Kondratik tees it up. Ouch. That's blocked in front of the net. Scramble. Arntzen down. And we have an injured Norway player. It is Haga, who will limp his way to the Norway bench. It comes back for Zahorna. Heinik Zahorna with the wrister. That's over top the net. Comes around the glass out to center ice. Kondratik sends it across. Šimik. He'll bounce it in, turned aside by Arntzen. And taken by Mathis Olim. For Ken-Andre Olim and back for Mathis. Krogdahl heads to the front of the net. That's Rosalie Olsen trying to get it in behind the net. Goes off a stick and up into the mesh. And we get a stoppage.
Phil Peronik was trying to interrupt that play. Here's the shot, and it goes off the top of the right knee of Haga. So you're your pants will come down to a certain point, and then the top of your knee pad, it's just off that top part of the kneecap. And it's a stinger. He doesn't want help. He wants to walk it off. So just gets on the score sheet, blocks a shot, and has to head to the dressing room for a little bit.
Ken-Andre Olom sends this in behind the Czechia net. Sklenička, who was in the box for that power play goal by Ludwig Hoff, stepped out at center ice. Schmeichel, this gets dumped in. David Kemp going after it. Kemp plays it to the corner. Schmeichel couldn't get a stick on it. Hronek goes cross ice. Michael Spacek, the youngster that had a goal in the last game, has not seen the ice in this game. They do have an extra forward dressed. Czechia does. Sklenička on for Cernak. Cernak will get it to the line no further. Stransky trying to follow up. Stransky into the corner he goes, sends it back. Jakob Fleck back for Stransky. Stransky to the line. Yerdon lets the wrister go. Left pad save made by Ernston. Skotka will play it down low again to a pass to the front of the net. This gets gobbled up, and Kasselstuhl plays it for Martin Roymark, and he'll send it in. Shot deflected by Roymark. That goes, or by Ronald. That goes wide. And taken by Cernak. He'll get to center ice. Sends it for Jakob Fleck. Doesn't get the backhander deep. And Roxeth will settle it down in his own end. Lilleberg trying to get that through the middle. Ludwig Hoff with the shot. Right arm save made by Vejmelka. And taken by Krejci and on for Kondratik. And he'll just lift this out to center ice. Lilleberg knocked it down. Pasternak knocked him down, and then Pasternak went down. Krejci, Pasternak, Kondratik. He's looking for Cervenka at the side of the net. Pasternak for Cervenka. Cross ice it comes. Kondratik trying to chop it down low. Krejci waits for it behind the net. Krejci. Lilleberg gets inside position. And he'll get it on for Ludwig Hoff. Up for Jakobsen. Jakobsen slows it down. Hoff was on his way to the bench. There's Haga back on the ice. Haga for Roymark. Short side try. Blumel. And Blumel gets drilled. Big hit by Andreas Martinsen, and Blumel is hurt. And now play does get whistled down. Blumel with his head down, and Andreas Martinsen stepped into him.
Power break, -2.
Matej Blumel getting some attention at the Czechia bench. The officials are having a discussion on the hit. We have seen it a couple of times, and I don't know if there's anything wrong with this hit, other than the fact Andreas Martinsen is a big man.
It was impactful, that's for sure, as Blumel was looking down. Martinsen keeps his arm to his body until the end, but the push-off motion is after the contact of the shoulder to the shoulder. It rides up slightly, and as much as they are very cautious for shots to the head and making sure that Nothing is too dangerous. Blumel back to the bench. They're not going to review it, although the coach for Czechia, Kari Alonen, had a quick conversation with the referees. So face off at center ice. Blumel's going to have to shake that off and keep your head up when Martinson's out in the ice.
Referees Mads Franson of Denmark and Sean McFarland out of Spokane, Washington. Haga will chase this into the corner. Hronek ties him up. And the pass on for Jakob Fleck. Fleck will get the center, send it in behind the play. Hronek and Haga were all tied up. To the line for Hronek. Sends it in behind. Krogdahl breaks it up. He then got spilled on the play by Zahorna. And taken by Roymark. Roymark's pass was gobbled up. And now getting dumped was Tomas Hertl, and Hertl gets up in a foul mood.
Well, you can trace this back to the Martinson hit. Czechia's not pleased that there was no call, but it was a clean hit, and the game all of a sudden got a little bit more chippy. Hertl takes exception to a hit, and I think he'll be the only one with the penalty. Roymark with the hit on Hertl.
I think that was a call being made on that hit initially, and then Hertl gets up and goes back at him, so we'll see whether there is more than just the one. Hertl to the box, and now we see Martin Roymark coming across as well.
Yeah, he will sit, the 35-year-old. I mean, if Norway can pull another power play out of this game, maybe that hit generates something that Martinson did, and Czechia feels, hey, we're the better team. You shouldn't be hitting us like this.
Norway penalty, number 22. Minor for boarding, minor for roughing. 48, Team Czechia, minor for roughing.
So boarding and roughing to Roymark. So Czechia's going to go to the power play.
Yeah, well, that backfired then if they're trying to force a scrum that would have Czechia take the extra minor. But I mean, Roymark was kind of defending himself with Hertl going after him. I'm not sure giving them the extra, but that's how the referees saw it. They're closer to the action than we are.
I thought it might be 2 for boarding and then 2 for roughing, and 4 on 4.
Yeah.
So third power play of the game for Czechia. They're 2 for 2. And Norway 1 for 1 on the power play. 2 games tomorrow here. Great Britain and Latvia will get things going. Every game for Great Britain is huge. And then Sweden and Norway. The evening game tomorrow. A couple of big ones on Monday. On the slate, we'll touch on those in a second. Face off to the left of Arnston as Brecky and Krejci face off. Hronek will control off the line, and a power play for Czechia. Back up top it comes for Hronek. Cervenka, and he'll get it back. Blast from the right side, that whistled wide. Off the stick of Pasternak. Hronek on it again for Cervenka. Cervenka back for Pasternak, in a little tight on him. USA and Czechia on Monday is the afternoon game, and then Austria and Great Britain, with a lot riding on that game, is the night game. Pasternak fans on it, almost a break for Ronald. Johannesson plays it to an open corner. Hronek is there. Krejci spins it back for Pasternak. Cervenka looking for the stick of Schmeichel off that back post. Into the back half of the third period now, 55 seconds left in the power play. Cervenka, Pasternak, the shot, didn't get all of it, and it went wide.
He's sitting on 2 goals.
Hronek on for Krejci, on for Pasternak. Cervenka tried the one-timer, healed it. sent around the boards. Ken-Andre Olam will chase this down. Olam, and he's poke checked there by David Krejci. And Krejci dropped it back. Hronek was there, had to jump on it because Jakobsen and Ken-Andre Olam, their eyes lit up that they saw that loose puck. Krogdahl bats this out of midair, and Kondratik is there to play it back all the way into his own zone. So for the first time tonight, Norway will kill off a shorthanded situation. Jakob Vrana for Cernak on the short side, save made by Arnston, and he will hang on with 8:35 to go in the third, a 2-goal lead for Czechia. So the clock becoming a bit of an issue for Norway here, down by 2. .8:35 left in the third period. Tomas Hertl plays us back in behind to the net. Norstabo breaks it up. And Haga will send it across for Andreas Martinsen, back for Haga. Hits the line, Haga spins it back at the line for Norstabo. On for Krogdahl, long shot blocked in front. Trying to clear and losing his footing there was Tomas Hertl. And then he protects himself as that puck sails over top of him. Out of the corner for Haga. And Jakob Fleck will clear it to the line, but not out. Martinsen, quick shot. Turned away by the right pad of Karel Vejmelka. Hertl will take the loose puck back into his own zone. Czechia will start a change, and so will Norway.
And in this game, Dennis, we haven't had a 5-on-5 goal. 3 power play goals and a penalty shot goal.
Turned over, Ken-Andre Olam carries in. Leaves for Rosalie Olsen, back for Ken-Andre Olam, tried to find Mathis Olam. At the line it comes Roxeth. Back for Ken-Andre Olam, tied up in the corner. He'll get some help from Mathis Olam, and it came outside the line as Roxeth was looking to walk to the middle of the ice and unload.
Norway has certainly hung around in this game. The shots tell a different story with Czechia at 28 and Norway now to 17. But a couple of posts. Here's the goal for Hoff on the power play for Norway.
Schmick will play this on. Schmeichel will deflect it in. And a battle ensues in the corner. In from the line is Jordan. Sends it around. Schmick will send it back down low. Johannesson goes in, spills his man. And it's on for Jakobsen. He'll play it through. Trutton is trying to come cross ice. And this goes off a stick and up and out of play.
Talking about the different quadrants of Switzerland and the different leagues. Trenton has played in La Chaux-de-Fonds, which is in the Swiss-French portion in the second league. Some good numbers there. Also played in Biel, that's in the top league in Switzerland, just a handful of games, but 57 points in 49 games.
Oh, there's a spear on the far side from Kempney on Ronald, and Kempney's going to go to the box.
What was that for?
I think he was trying to under the stick, and watch this come up.
He wasn't even looking. Kempney had his head down. Those two were kind of jockeying and coming in, encroaching on the face-off.
So high sticking is the call on Kempney. And back to the power play for Norway.
And this can be a big power play for Norway. Detailing that all the goals have come on the power play in this game, except for the David Pastrnak penalty shot goal. Olin brothers activate. Marceli Olsen out there as well. Martinson will be the net front presence.
So a key part of this game with 6.5 to go. Norway looking to pull within 1. Johannesson back for it. That's Rosalie Olsen. He'll leave it back for Mathis Olom. Rosalie Olsen, 6 points in this tournament, does have a power play goal. Mathis Olom has a couple of power play goals. Johannesson on for Mathis Olom. Cross ice, Ken-Andre Olom mishandled it. Gets pressured there by Jan Skotka. Skotka trying to clear, but there's all sorts of bodies on that far side. Andreas Martinson trying to come up with it. Kept in at the line by Johannesson. Takes the return pass from Mathis Olom. Down for Ken-Andre Olom and in behind the net for Rosalie Olsen. Andreas Martinson heads to the front of the net. Gets in a battle there, comes back. Mathis Olom trying to get that through, it was blocked. Johannesson back for Ken-Andre Olom. Power play continues for Norway. To the goal line it goes. That's Rosalie Olsen back for Ken-Andre Olom. In front, redirect, save made. Andreas Martinson got the stick in front of that.
Some good patience on the Norway power play, moving around, waiting for their opportunity. And Vejmelka comes up with a big stop.
Haga hits the line with some speed, takes it to the outside on Schimmick. Chips it back for Norstabo. Matthias Norstabo. Cross ice for Jakobsen. Jakobsen plays it for Trettenis. Back up top it comes for Haga. Back for Norstabo. Slap shot and grabbed out of midair. Good glove save there by Karel Vejmelka.
Looked like a first baseman. Here's the rebound try, and then Rosalie Olsen gets tumbled. Here's the redirect where you have Rosalie Olsen trying to find that same play just from a different look as he kind of pulled his knee, right knee, clutching to that, made it to the bench okay.
Still in some discomfort. Trettenis back for Norstabo. Jakobsen, cross ice, and a good defensive read. Out of the box is Kempney. Kempney takes the pass, trying to take that to the net. Backhand shot to the far side, and Arnston will snare that and hang on to it. 4:22 left in a 2-goal lead, Czechia. Czechia 7th place finish last year, Norway 13th. Czechia was 5-2, started with 2 losses, and then rattled off a winning streak that took them all the way to the quarterfinals, and a 1-0 loss to Finland in the quarterfinals. Along the way, beat Belarus, Sweden, Great Britain, Denmark, and Slovakia.
The goal by Finland, Juri Inala.
So Czechia would like to get back to at least where they were last year and try and take it a little bit further. And some good games coming up to test where they stand for Czechia. United States on Monday, Finland on Tuesday. Back to the line it comes, Hronek. He'll sail that one way wide. Kempny jumps on it and puts it back in behind the net, and now 4 minutes left here in regulation. In behind the play, we've got Kempny at it along with Ronald, who took that high stick from Kempny a few minutes ago.
Kempny looks like he is irritated as those two come together again. And he's going to get ushered to the penalty box. Kept the play alive. Ronald came in with the hit, which is perfectly legal. And then Kempny twists him up and puts him down. Undisciplined by the defenseman.
So Kempny gets the only call.
Here we go. Hey, let's go, boys. Let's go. I got 6, Mike. 6 men. Let's go. Go.
It's the referee. The instructions given, but the power play drawn.
Third power play of the night. There's Kempny in the box. The 31-year-old in his 3rd World Championship. And Jakob Fleck will snap this off the boards and down the ice, and Tomas Hertl out there to win the face-off.
That's twice they lost the opening face-off when the power play started. The power play previous, Czechia had 3 chances to clear the puck and couldn't.
Put off the boards, Ken-Andre Olam waits for it, Hertl pressures him. Skotka back for Tomas Hertl. Fleck tried to clear it, could not. Mathis Olam plays it around for Ken-Andre Olam. On for Rosalie Olsen. Johannesson. Mathis Olam doesn't shoot it. Now he fakes another one. Plays it up top. Andreas Martinson gets it back for Mathis Olam. Goes cross ice looking for Mats Rosalie Olsen. Back for Ken-Andre Olam. Ken-Andre. Johannesson, Mathis Olam blast, that blocks and breaks the stick of David Stranichka. And that'll signal a complete change for Czechia. Under 3 to go here in the 3rd. In across for Mathis Olam, for Tretnes. To the bench for the extra attacker is Arnston. Mathis Olam sends it across. Jakobsen gets the return pass, and Vejmelka makes the save.
So Coach Peter Thorson is going all in here. And here's the initial high stick from Kempny on Ronald. That power play wasn't converted, but this hit here from Ronald and the retribution from Kempny puts him back in the penalty box. 35 more seconds for Norway, going 6-on-4, pulling their goaltender, trying to pull out all the stops.
The face-off win by Hertl. Talked about this the other day. That's the one advantage Czechia does have on some teams. And now David Kampf has arrived. So you've got Kampf, you've got Hertl, and you've got Krejci to take face-offs. Jakobsen. He'll dish it off. Tretnes back for Jakobsen. Flips it back at the line. Norstemo near side Haga. And back for Norstemo, down for Jakobsen. To the goal line it goes. Tretnes back for Jakobsen. Trying to get it to the net. and just beyond the reach of Norstabo. Now Kempney is out of the box. Puck cleared down at the empty net wide, and this will be an icing call against Czechia.
They're going to run here 6-on-5? I think so.
You need 2. You have the face-off where you want it.
And you've had the power play unit's going to stay out there. So Arnsson's getting comfortable on the bench. That's the goaltender of record. And Norway seeing what they can come up with late in this game.
And Mathis Holm wins the face-off, but it gets away. Littleberg trying to corral it. After it is Fleck. Good job there by Johannesson to prevent Fleck from flicking that into the empty net. Now it's turned over on for Pasternak. 2 in the game, and he was trying to get it across to Cervenka. Now he does, and Cervenka will backhand it into the empty net. A play that had backfire written all over it, but it works out as Cervenka finds the empty net and puts this one away.
A game that looked like it was going to go the way of Czechia right from the start when their top line got on the board. That's Pasternak. He moves it. This could have been sent up ice in a hurry, but some collision causes Cervenka to be able to regain the puck and put it in the empty net. Well, 1-0 in the first, 2-0 on another power play goal in the second. A penalty shot goal to make it 3-0 by Pasternak, and it seemed like Czechia was going to just do their thing, and instead Norway makes it close at the end but can't convert in the power play.
So 2 points in the game for Cervenka. That gives him 11 for the 36-year-old captain of Czechia, and that's what Pasternak was thinking, and nice of him to think that, but it was almost costly, and now another pile-up.
Jordan's not letting this stop. I mean, it's an emotional game.
Ronald came flying in from the backside into the pile.
Trying to diffuse things here. Hadn't seen a lot of this during the first 50 minutes of the hockey game. Pavelka with the easy stop. He's going to play it, decides not to. And Brecky just takes an incidental shove from Jordan. And Ronald will come in soon.
Right there. Yep.
Stick up for your teammate.
Well, it was 2-on-1 on Magnus Brecky, so Ronald comes in, but he jumps into the pile.
Well, he's got the full shield too, so that draws some of the attention to the players thinking they're taking an extra shot at that plexiglass.
Team Norway, number 16, minor flying sports boy. Team Norway, number 23, minor rough. Team Czechia, number 47, minor rough.
So the extra minor is going to go to Ronald. Face-off will come deep into the Norway end of the ice.
Yeah, they're going to potentially end this game on a power play unless it's converted. There's been 2 hat tricks so far this tournament. Joachim Blichfeld for Denmark against Kazakhstan. Dylan Cousins for Denmark against Kazakhstan. And Pasternak sitting on 2 goals.
And had the empty net.
He did.
And elected to pass it off to Roman Cervenka, who puts it in. And for Cervenka, his 3rd goal. And back to leading the scoring, leads the assist category. Kronik sends it back. Krejci sends it down for Cervenka. So the top guns stay out for Czechia on this power play. Krejci, Cervenka. Cross ice it goes. Krejci walks it in, gets it to Pasternak, and he ripped it over top of the net. And it comes all the way around the glass and back out to center. Carried back in, Hurdle for Pasternak, backside trying to get that for Cervenka. Cleared past Tomas Hurdle. And Martin Roymark will skate it in into the final 20 seconds of this one. And Czechia will pick up another impressive victory. Didn't give Norway a whole lot in this game. So Czechia now jumping up to 10 points, tied with Team USA. Those two teams have to play yet. And this one comes to an end. 4-1, your final.
Czechia gets 2 power play goals, a penalty shot goal, an empty net goal. Norway had chances near the end, but couldn't get any closer. And Czechia gets another win.
Great Britain, Latvia, Sweden, Norway. Our 2 games tomorrow. The Czechia fans happy with what they have seen from their team. Perhaps that ugly loss, the first ever in World Championship competition to Austria, was maybe a wake-up call. And Czechia with a couple of wins after that game. Some of it has to do with the arrival of David Pastrnak. In fact, quite a bit of it has to do with the arrival of David Pastrnak, but they got Vrana on the scoreboard tonight. They got Tomas Hertl on the scoreboard the previous game. Pastrnak gets a couple tonight. And Norway, a 4-1 loss in this one. And Norway right back at it tomorrow against Sweden. And then they'll get a day off and finish up Tuesday against the United States as the preliminary round starts to wind down here. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 2 tomorrow, 2 Monday, 3 Tuesday, and then the quarterfinals on Thursday. Time now for the players of the game, and then we will have the national anthem of Czechia.
Each team will be awarded with a whistle watch by Tissot.
Lots of candidates. Pastrnak. Arntzen was pretty good in goal for Norway in his first World Championship game.
Pastrnak with 2 goals and an assist on the empty netter. And the top line for Czechia is going to be a handful in the next 2 games for the United States and Finland.
Will be presented by Pascal Louis, representative of the International Ice Hockey Federation. The best player of Team Norway, number 8, Mattias Trettinen.
Mattias Trettinen, the player of the game for Norway.
Get a helper on that power play goal by Hoff.
The best player of Team Czechia, number 88, David Pastrnak.
Well, not much doubt about that. Got the first goal, got the third goal on a penalty shot. Jakub Vrana gets the other power play marker. That'll go down as the winner in this game. And Czechia, a 4-1 winner to end a triple header here at the World Championship. And now we will stand for the national anthem of the winning team, which is Czechia.
Arvoisa yleisö, jos pystyt, pyydän nousemaan ylös kuulemaan voittajajoukkue Tšekin kansallishymnin. Team Helsinki, the final score between Team Italy and Team Slovakia 1-3. Helsingissä lopputulos ottelusta Italia-Slovakia 1-3. The 2022 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship Tournament will continue tomorrow here in Nokia Arena at 4:20 p.m. with the game Team Great Britain against Team Latvia. And at 8:20 p.m. with the game Team Sweden against Team Norway. Vuoden 2022 IIHF:n jääkiekon MM-kisat jatkuvat täällä Nokia-areenalla huomenna sunnuntaina kello 16:20 ottelulla Iso-Britannia Latvia ja kello 20:20 ottelulla Ruotsi Norja. Tervetuloa, welcome!
Matthias, at the end of this game, you guys took some risks, pulling your goalie on that power play. How into this and close was it at the end?
Yeah, I think we gave it a good try. Obviously, the Czechs are a really good team. We tried to keep our games low score as long as possible, so we have chance in the end. Today, if we were lucky, maybe we have a bounce in also. So all in all, I mean, Czech are a really good team, and we have to respect them. But I think we managed well. Some easy goals and some nice goals, so all in all, pretty good.
It got kind of scrappy and emotional. Where did that stem from?
No, I think both teams want to win and battle. This is how it is. Some guys throwing some hits and other guys are responding. That's how it goes. So it's part of the game, and I think it gives a good nerve to the game, so it's okay.
Not many people play in 7 World Championships. Where does this rank for you? How is this experience?
No, it's always an honor to represent your country, and for me, this is a dream come true. From a young age, this is what I was dreaming about, so I'm just enjoying it.
One more, and if you could answer in Norwegian. This game was very close at the end when you guys pulled your goalie. You were right in it. How did it feel?
Jeg synes vi jobber hardt på og får noen sjanser. Forhåpentligvis får vi bedre betalt neste match.
Thanks, Matthias.
Thank you.
Jakob, you get your first goal of this World Championship. I know you'd had some really good shots all tournament long, but just how good did that feel in this game?
Yeah, for sure. I have to say Czechia make a good play there from the net. You know, but first things first here. Important is that we win. The team win is the most important here. Give us some confidence going to the next games that's going to be very important for us.
I know there's been some kind of line changes, and this game got really scrappy at times. Do you like playing in those emotional games?
Of course. It can get, I mean, it's hockey. You never know, you know, this is a big game, so it can sometimes it can get off a hand here, but you know, again, like I said, I'm happy we won today.
You've got big games coming up with USA and Finland, and David Pastrnak has had this incredible immediate effect. How has he influenced and changed the identity of this team?
Yeah, for sure. He brought a lot of energy to the team. You know, he's a great guy, good kid. He came in, brought a lot of energy to the team. Obviously, great player. You guys can see that. You know, it's a big player for us. And him and David Krejci, you know, they work really well together. But you know, all around, everybody in the team, we know we can't win with two players. You know, we gotta play as a team. You know, to achieve what we want to achieve.
I'm actually going to ask you that exact same question if you can answer in Czech, but we've seen the identity of this team change a little bit with David Pastrnak added. How is that going to help you moving forward?
Yeah, česky. Takže jo, tak Pasta přijel, tak on je super kluk, že on pobaví celou kabinu a uvolnil trošku energii tam. Samozřejmě hráč, jaký to je, to víme všichni. S Krejčou si hodně rozumí, ale zároveň taky víme, že celý tým ví, že prostě dva hráči tam to nevyhrajou. Jako, jestli chceme dosáhnout to, čeho tady chceme dosáhnout, musíme hrát všichni pospolu jako tým a tak to je prostě.
Thank you. Yeah.
Jo, díky.
Thank you.
Jo.
That's always a weird one.
It's weird.
I know. I wish I spoke Czech. Okay, sorry.
Jsi dobrý? Jo.
Milan.
Ja.
Převole do čáci, vole.